Whenever you buy something, you pay GST. But have you ever wondered how this tax actually works? Who collects it and where it comes from? So let's understand how GST actually works in simplest way. Hello everyone, myself Shriyari. In today's video, we will talk about how GST actually works. So let's begin this video. GST stands for Goods and Services Tax. It is an indirect tax that is charged on the supply of goods and services. Before the introduction of GST, India didn't have one single tax. Instead, they were having multiple taxes like VAT, Central Excise Duty, Luxurious Tax, Entertainment Tax. The problem was that these taxes were charged at different stages, which led to the problem on tax. So, in order to solve this problem, the government introduced GST on 1st July 2017 with an idea, one nation, one tax. And this system is not just a policy, it is backed by provisions in the constitutions. Now let's talk about the constitutional provisions that gives powers to GST. Under Article 246A deals with intrastate supply of goods and services, which means goods and services which are taken place within the state. It deals with both center and the state government as the power to levy and collect tax. So by this we can know that GST is dual tax systems where central government and the state government are involved. And whereas the next is Article 269A, which deals with interstate supply of goods and services. That means goods and services which are taken place outside the state, from one state to another. In this, the central government has the power to levy tax and later on a portion it is distributed to state government. So in simple terms, Article 246A deals with powers of GST and Article 269A deals with interstate supply of goods and services. Now let's understand different types of GSTs in India. The first one is CGST, Central Goods and Services Tax, which is collected by the central government. The second one is SGST, State Goods and Services Tax, which is collected by the state government. Third one is UTGST, Union Territory Goods and Services Tax, which is applicable in Union Territories. And finally, IGST, Integrated Goods and Services Tax, which is charged on interstate supply of goods and services. Suppose for example, if a transaction taken place within a state like Karnataka, in this case CGST and SGST is charged. Whereas if a transaction takes place from one state to another like Karnataka to Maharashtra, in this case IGST is charged. Now let's talk about one of the important concept of GST, that is ITC, Input Tax Credit. Input tax credit means it is a tax that you pay on purchases can be reduced from the tax you collect on sales. I know you didn't understand. Let me show you with an example. Suppose if you purchase a goods and pay rupees 10 as GST, and now you sell those goods to a customer and collect rupees 15 as GST. In this case, you don't need to pay entire 15 rupees to the government. Instead, you can claim that 10 rupees has already been paid, and so now finally you are going to pay 5 rupees to the government. So this process is called as ITC. Now let us quickly see on which products GST is not applicable. GST is not applicable on certain items like alcoholic liquor only made for human consumption, and 5 petroleum products like petrol, diesel, aviation turbine fuel, natural gas and petroleum crude are not covered under GST. Apart from this, even electricity is also not covered under GST. So this is how GST works. I have explained briefly. In my coming videos, I will be breaking down more concepts regarding GST, income tax, and as usual stock market and finance. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon and like my video. So before leaving, let me ask you one question. Suppose if Ari buys goods in Karnataka and supplies that to Mumbai, what type of GST is applicable? Let me know in the comments. Thank you. Bye bye.